Hello Indie Game fan, 2023 has started strong with more awesome games to look forward to, beginning with Witchfire, where we did get a recent showcase through Nvidia, who's showing off DLSS, where you don't need to know the technical jargon, but just know that it looks awesome, being a dark fantasy first-person shooter from the people that made The Vanishing of Ethan Carter, and looks to be inspired by the founders' work at People Can Fly, with games like Painkiller and Bulletstorm. One of you in the comments did share that Arcus Chroma did launch their Steam store page, so I wanted to give this a mention. We've been following this developer on Twitter for quite a while and was always curious about their fighting game. As you can imagine, it's not easy to make a fighting game as a small developer, but I'm sure that they love the genre, so definitely give this a wishlist. This video is brought to you by Aether Wizard Life, a
farm simulation RPG
with side-scrolling action, somehow being both cozy and action-packed at the same time. You play as a fresh graduate from the Wizard Academy, taking up a new job with the Ministry of Magic on a secluded island where you have to farm, fish, cook, craft and help the local villagers, both through your farming activities as well as venturing into the wilderness to take on evil monsters. The developers say that this game takes inspiration from titles such as Stardew Valley, Spiritfarer, and most interestingly, Hollow Knight, combining elements from all of these into what seems like a compelling package. I love my farming sims, so the core gameplay loop should be excellent, where it has features like a day-night cycle, the ability to fully furnish and customize your own wizard tower chambers, as well as the expected dating and relationship systems with 12 romanceable characters to choose from. On the action side of things, you're able to discover and unlock new spells and abilities through the harnessing of the 4 elements, being able to create unique spell combos to suit your playstyle. I think that it has a wonderful hand-painted look as well, which fits in nicely with the vibe, but I'm interested to see how the action portion fits into the overall gameplay loop. If it looks interesting, it is currently on Kickstarter seeking funding, so hop on over to the campaign to check out stretch goals and rewards. I caught wind of Heartworm on Twitter since this developer was mentioning how coverage by a large content creator doubled their wishlists, when it looks like a creepy survival horror title that pays tribute to the original Resident Evil as well as classics like Silent Hill. The look and art style is certainly of that era, where the fixed camera angles in interiors adds to that as well. You play as a woman who's obsessed with the deaths of those close to her, ending up on a winding path to seek out means to communicate with the dead, which leads her to a mysterious house, where no one who has entered was ever seen again, but curiosity got the better of her, which is where our story picks up. It is not my usual genre of choice, but it looks well done, so look out for this later this year.
Ago, there was a fracture between the demon world of Hellmoth and our midverse. As the world stage fell, the black metalsmith Mordeth forged a guitar with the power to block the demon from our world. The portal was locked, but Mordeth never came back down from that tower, and the demons stuck here fled into the night. We're going to need new Knights of Thunderfist to stop them. Load up your gear, get your ass to the tower, and grab the Chronocaster first.
Developer Big Blue Bubble certainly has quite an interesting catalogue of titles, where their latest is Power Chord, an awesome looking roguelite deck builder with a cel-shaded look. It does of course remind me of Borderlands visually, but where you're leading a band of musicians, taking on demons to take back the city, using complementary abilities to win in a literal battle of the bands. If you love games like Slay the Spire, I'm sure that this will be of interest, so look out for it later this month.
This won't work if you're dead. You're starting today over.
The atmosphere continues to deteriorate at an alarming rate.
4.
Assemble a team and bring those arcs back.
3.
Oh, they really don't seem to want us to go.
If you saw the WSA using so many resources to send 4 people to space, you'd be angry too. Whoa.
2.
We did also get a new trailer for Deliver Us Mars, the next title from the developer of Deliver Us the Moon, where it looks to be in a similar vein, being a spacefaring narrative adventure game. It looks well made in the visuals and narrative department, although honestly, not so much in the ice climbing parts in this trailer, but based on their previous title, should be one of interest.
You'll make the right decisions. So... what now?
I did also recently come to know of Mr Saitou, the next game from the developer of Raccoon from 2017, which is adored, where this tells the story of an average white-collared worker or salaryman in Japan who ends up in a hospital after an accident, only to find himself spirited away to a fantasy world filled with strange creatures. Like their previous title, I believe this is made in RPG Maker, but the developer has put in the work with custom art and such, so it gets a pass, and might just join the ranks of titles like To the Moon or Finding Paradise in the narrative adventure game space. We did also get an updated look at Pocket Bravery, last seen in my video on upcoming fighting games, where the news is that they have signed with a publisher, which makes the likelihood of release even more of a reality. This is a long-in-development title which has been well received so far in demos and beta tests, where like Arcus Chroma covered earlier, the developer's love for the genre is clear, having a ton of technical features for people that love their fighting games. I'm sure that the name is no coincidence as well, and should be drawing inspiration from games like Pocket Rumble or Pocket Fighter, so fingers crossed this game is great as well. This first-person puzzle game was announced a little while back, but I've yet to cover it on the channel, but it does look absolutely amazing, which is why I want to mention Viewfinder. Messing with depth and perception is, by now, a more common thing in puzzle games seen in titles like Superliminal, but yet it still amazes me how the tech is there such that games like this can be made. where you can walk into a photo or cause an object to appear when lining things up, looking pretty cleverly designed. I also want to thank Methas, since they left a comment giving me the heads up that the next game in the Opus series was announced in Opus Prism Peak, but these are beautiful narrative adventure games where their previous title, Echo of Starsong, is excellent, where you can learn more about that in this video.